All right, so we're back. As you can see, the trimming has happened already, and all the spraying has happened. A few little fluffies still, but not too bad. Sprayed these twice, then gave it a bit of a sand to smooth out any additional fuzzies that were revealed with the spray, and then hit it again for another one. Giving it a nice, really worn metal effect. So it's got some bumps and dings. All that's going to be a lot of fun to play with later on. Right now, what I want to do is I want to take both of these and I want to mask off the leading edges on a couple spaces and see what I get. Also, maybe where some of the dinging is, do a bit of masking. So when I do the cover coat, that can be peeled off and look like a big scratch or a bullet hit or something like that. So I've got my masking tape. Usually what I like to do is I like to lay this out a little bit and then give it a cut with handy dandy X-Acto knife. Always a good thing. Okay. Sometimes I like to give it a bit of a a cut with scissors, but considering I'm trying to make this a little like a rough cut, dinged, scored, I'm going to be wrapping it around the edge a little bit. It's going to have to be a little different than that. Let's pull that up. There we go. As you can see, left that edge nice and rough. And then I'll bring this in. Measure a little piece of it to wrap the edge where the ding's going to be. Wrap it around and push it down. And then trim it off. There we go. And then do the same with this part. Now as I'm doing this, I'm kind of hitting it about halfway up the curve so that we see a little bit of the edge over where all the dings are going to be. There we go. Rides up a little bit, and I can come back in here and fix any of this or add a little extra pieces for bigger dings and things like that, and it'll look really quite nice once I'm done. So let's get another one. Let's make this guy nice and rough. Try not to go over my own line because that would suck. There we go. As you can see, again, nice and rough. This one's a little rough on both sides now, so that kind of helps out. And we can build this out a little bit. Add a little bit here on the end where didn't quite reach the end of it. There we go. Wrap it around a little bit, and then we can cut it off. Let's pull that back onto the screen for you. See right here. Gone over a little bit, so we're gonna just nip it off. Oops, that slipped off. All right, we'll just cut it off the old-fashioned way. There we go. And we'll put it on. Sometimes it's good to have a pair of these little guys. I had a bunch of these left over from some medical stuff, so I've been repurposing them as handy dandy tools for doing all of my projects, from miniatures to to painting and stuff. They're quite handy. Great for manipulating tiny little fiddly things like this. So as you can see, it's got a good wrap on that side where the leading edge is going to look like it's scuffed. I'm going to do the same on this one. This one might get both sides, then side on that one, side on this one, that one. Pretty much straightforwards. So I will cut back in a second to that. All right, so here's number one, finished up. See, all along here, I've got like the edging done, but then I've also added a bunch of scrapes and scratches where things look like they've been dinged up. That's where the silver is going to poke through for my base coat, and then on top of this, graphics will go over top. Should look very nice when it's done. This is number one, and I'll do number two, and then I'll be right back with that one. Underside, obviously, silvered just for edge view, things like that, but really not going to do anything on this side. And around the toggles, this is probably going to be covered up by a strap of some kind, so not a lot of thing. I may come back into this, do a little more detail, sketch edge, like breaking up this edge and things. But for the time being, I kind of like this. It looks very, worn and chipped. This being more chipped, this being more worn. So should come out quite nice. I'm going to pause this now and get the other one set up and then show you what that looks like. And there we are with number two. Masking tape, really great. Got this for about $14 at my local hobby shop. Really nice size. It's about 1 inch wide because you can always cut down 1 inch instead of getting the smaller sizes. So this guy is looking pretty good. Again, masked up, but also made some cross scratches, chips, and I had a big ding here in the surface right here. So what I did was I dropped in a big circle so that it looks like a weapon hit. Again, doing the sides, limited stuff. Might touch this up a little more. Did a bit more work on this one, as you can see. Dropped in some more stuff to kind of break up those angles, because I'm just using pieces. This is supposed to look like chips, dings, stuff like that, so it's supposed to look pretty good. Might add a little of this one. This one's a little too regular. But then after this, what I do is I take a spray and I spray coat the whole thing in a base coat of what the base color I want it to be. And I'll come back for the masking of the pattern after that. Well, thanks for coming back and watching my videos. Should be pretty fun. This is going to be an interesting build. And all it took was X-Acto knife, pair of scissors, and my tweezers to make sure that this all came out right. One of the big things you want to work with is consistent angles, things like that, like where you think wear patterns would be. So as you can see, it kind of goes across the top. I missed this. I think this would be easy to show as dinged, but it's going to be harder to show up. I might come in and do a little more work with it when it comes to the patterning and have the dings where the pattern are, like for this side. Just look like it has that initial layer of wear. It's not gone down all the way to the metal yet. Anyways, hopefully I will see you all on the next one. Have a good day.